Okay, so post-editing Mike is doing this in front of everything because I just want to let you guys know there's a lot of stuff in this video you typically don't see, but I was really bored and there are some things that I was not able to resolve on this knife, and we'll talk about that at the very end. But stay tuned to the end because I got to tell you some of the things that I found after I filmed all of this. So let's turn this around. Here comes your intro. Here's the deal, guys. I'm a bit bored. The evening, my wife's taking a nap, the daughter hasn't come back yet, and I'm bored, so we're going to go to Walmart because you guys keep telling me, and I need to check out these weird Walmart D2 knives. So I'm bored. We're going to go out there. We're going to have to figure out how we're going to do this because they don't like you filming at Walmart. I've been asked a couple times not to film at this particular Walmart. So let's get up there and break their rules. All right, guys. So you're going to hear some weirdness because my seatbelt is over my microphone, but so here's the deal. I was going to film some stuff, but we have a winter storm coming up. And you guys see, there's the Walmart around here is really, really close. So I was going to film some stuff up in the mountain, and I was also going to film some things. I got to move this microphone or you're not going to be able to hear it at all. I was also going to film some things in the yard, and the problem with all of this is I might have to hold this microphone. The problem with all this, we have a winter storm coming in right now, and it's gonna screw up everything because I'm not gonna be able to film much tomorrow. I can do some tabletop stuff and around the house, but baby girl has got a doctor's appointment and we have got to be there in the morning, and by the time I make it back, it's supposed to start raining. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me here to Wally World, and we're gonna go buy us a cheap knife and see how it does. So you guys enjoy the rest of the ride, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. No sign draws in the hillbilly to its warm embraces quite like a Walmart, except maybe a Tractor Supply Company or a Cabela's. So let's go ahead and go in and see what they got for sale as far as knives. Okay, guys, we're heading back towards the outdoors section. Now, here's the thing. I had a cart, but if you've ever been to Walmart, you know none of the carts work. And if I have a cart, I'm gonna buy stuff I don't need. So let's head back here and see what they have. Past hardware. Ooh, hey, tools. It's all gonna be back here in the outdoor department. Usually if you see the bicycles, you know you're getting close. Let's take a look and see. There it is, the holiest of holies, the outdoor section at Walmart, where you can find everything from golf tees to flashlights to pocket knives. Let's see what they got. Oh, we got to see here. SOG, Buck, Mora. Is this the only Walmart that's not going to have what I'm looking for? I guess Civivi. Huh. Give me a second. We're going to have to take a look. Guys, we'll see this when I figure out where they're at. Found them. They are on the bottom shelf. So there is the $10 Ozark Trail. That's the name of the knife I couldn't think of. So you got the $10 and a $5. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to get that one because that's the one everybody's been talking about. A $10 Ozark Trail pocket knife. So I'm going to have to push a button to get somebody to come out here because there's never anybody who's working here. But yeah, the holiest of holies, the Walmart outdoor section where you can find the pinnacle of sharpening supplies and binoculars. So let's go ahead. I think these people called. This never works. I'm gonna have to go find somebody, but we'll give it a shot anyway. Let's see. And by the way, I'm recording the audio. So I'll let you guys know when a person shows up. Guys, while we're waiting on my Walmart outdoor concierge, I just thought I would point out Walmart does have quality knives. Now, I mean, they're not super high quality. I'm not a big fan of SOG, but they've got some Kershaw, they got CRKT, and some other stuff that's here. I've never seen this brand, but I think they are they're removable blade knives. But yeah, they've got some other stuff. They have Moras, but then they have, like, as you get down here, bottom shelf offerings, as you would expect, such as the Gerber, Strong Arm, and things like that. So the ones we're worried about are on the bottom. I may pick up that other folding knife, the $8 one. We'll see. We'll see. I'll let you know what we decide and what we come up with. Guys, I forgot to turn on my microphone, but you see this? Break it, click it, load. How lazy are kids these days that they have to have? When I was a kid, you had a box. They weren't with these. We had these. That's what your BBs came in. That's what they spilled them everywhere. You lost half your BBs. And that's just what you dealt with. You didn't have a thing for it. Kids are lazy. They even have safety glasses. Safety glasses. Come on. All right, guys, I was correct. I did have to go and search around the store desperately to find somebody to let me into the case. Now, I only got this one because this is the one everyone's talking about. This is that D2 folding knife. It's basically a Benchmade bug out. It's probably as bad as a Benchmade bug out. I don't know. It might be better. Who knows? I'm going to say it's probably the only thing that's going to be worse than a Benchmade bug out is one from Walmart. So yeah, we're going to get this. I'm probably going to look around. There's probably going to be some other stuff I went up getting because, well, you know, that's just how it works. So we're going to get back to the house. We're going to open this up and do some first impressions probably tomorrow. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this put in a cart as soon as I find one that doesn't have a wobbly wheel. All right, guys, our evening trip to Walmart has ended, but parking lot's crowded. So I'm going to get in the car. We're going to head back. We'll tear into that in the morning. It's on the seat. And I'll tell you what I think of it. The remainder of this clip has been removed due to a profanity-laden rant about the proper use of the skinny pedal on the right and inappropriate statements about the driver in front of his mother and sister. All right, guys, it is tomorrow and we're going to crack into this. And I apologize for the long intro. I just thought that would be fun. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to completely write this off. I do know that some people have had problems with this knife. This is the D2 Ozark Trail. Nondescript name on this. It's just a 7.5-inch folding knife. You can see it is in D2 high carbon steel, and it is an injection molded handle. Now you will notice that this knife is very, very similar to the Benchmade bug out. Now, I don't know how I feel about the similarities, but I don't like the Benchmade bug out anyway, and so I don't like it enough to be able to tell you how similar it is. I might put a picture of the Benchmade bug out up here, but so it is a D2 access lock style knife with these orange frames. Now, I'm not going to do a bunch of testing in this video. We're just going to look at the overall thing. But I do want to say that Ozark Trail has surprised me a few times. I have an Ozark Trail tent that I use. It's incredible. I have got an Ozark Trail tumbler that is every bit as good as my Yeti, if not better, because it's cheaper at a quarter the price. So we're going to take a quick look at this. So D2 drop point blade. It is a PVD coated blade. Let's see on this. I have not cut anything with this. Anything you see on this came from the factory. It feels as though it's got an, oh, I can see it. Never mind. I can see a bit of edge issues, maybe a bit of a burr. Yeah, there's a bit of an edge issue on this. Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel the burr on it. It is a Chinese-made D2 knife. Axis lock on this. It's not horrible, but pocket clip on this, really similar to what you would find on a Benchmade, and it is ambidextrous. In hand, it doesn't seem to be too bad. Let's get some size comparisons real quick. just to get it out of the way so we can see how it compares to a couple of knives. First knife for size comparison. Spyderco PM2, so it's not a great bit bigger than this knife, but okay, so your next knife for size comparison is a Benchmade 940, probably one of the best known knives, if not the best known knife on the knife market. You can see pretty much one for one. And I have to say the access lock on this is not much different than this. And your final knife for size comparison is the Chris Reese Sebenza Large 21, a legendary knife in the knife industry. And if you're new to the channel, I do these so you have a visual representation. You may know one of those knives and be able to put that in perspective in your head. But just so you guys have this, it is 7.5 inches as advertised. Let's get this out of the way and start talking about this thing. So this thing is a D2 blade, and I'm not quite sure. It feels like it's a flat grind. It could be a slight hollow on that, but I'm not sure. It's got a swedge on the back. You can see the swedge on this, as I kind of would expect. This is where you're going to see some of these problems. As much as I give Benchmade some shit, you're probably not going to see a swedge that is that far off on a actual Benchmade. In hand, it does feel kind of cheap. Pocket clip moves around a lot. The handles don't have the same feeling. There are some hot, rough edges on this, but this is a $10 and what was it? $10 and $10.28 knife. So, you know, it could be something that's surprising. It does have fairly decent action on it. There's jimping on it. The jimping on the blade is soft. The blade stock on this, I will say, the blade stock on this is way thinner than I would expect on an actual Benchmade, but the bug outs are a thin knife, so I don't know. There is a good bit of blade play in this from the factory. We'll see if we can remove that with some tightening, and you can see right there, those Omega springs are in there and they stick out pretty far. These are really thin liners. As a matter of fact, even with steel liners, I can compress that. So that's going to tell you right there something. Now, we're going to do some cutting with this, but before we, you know, get out of this and don't do anything, I can't do the cutting I want to do with this today because it is raining cats and dogs. The storm that I was talking about last night has blown in, but we're going to get a couple things. We'll do some quick edge tests on this and see how the edge holds up. Just, you know, for sharpness. We're going to just get some initial sharpness testing. I mean, sorry, I'm not 100% awake yet. All right, first things first, the very popular paper towel or toilet paper tube cut test, and it kind of does it. You can see that could be user error, but it did not quite feel like it wanted to start. As a matter of fact, it kind of ripped into it as first instead of necessarily cutting. It was not the cleanest of cuts. Let's try a quick edge test on just some newspaper. It is sharp. I'm not going to say it isn't. Question is, how long is it going to stay sharp? Because I do know that my friend Alex over at Outdoors 55, link to his channel, by the way, I'm going to tag him in this video. He did a video on this and his did not hold an edge very well. The fact is, though, that for a $10 knife, you can get a lot for $10. I'm not going to say that this is a knife that you should just completely write off, because this is one of the best cheap knives on the market. This is only $10, and I use this all the time. This is the Cold Steel Kudu, which is, you know, a very, very good knife at the price. It's an incredible knife at the price. Hits way above its weight class. So I'm not saying that this won't be at least a moderately decent knife. I do feel that it feels quite cheap. All this jumping and stuff, it's I don't know, it just feels cheap. And it's very, very light. And like I said, with steel liners on a knife, I should not be able to, I mean, I've got really strong hands. I'm a big guy. Most of my friends will tell you I can make things do things that they shouldn't just with sheer strength. But I should not really be able to compress this as such. I'm trying to get a good shot of it so you guys can see. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely deforming that very, very clearly. So it's a cheap knife. And we're going to do a full review process on it. I just thought it would be fun to take you up there with me when I bought it. The pocket clip, I will say, other than the fact it moves, the pocket clip's not uncomfortable. And it's not, it feels cheap, but it doesn't feel bad in hand. I think that this might be a knife that if you were, maybe you're going out for a day trip with your friends or you're going camping for a day or so, and you're going to be back and you really didn't need anything that you had to rely on heavily, you could stop by Walmart, throw a couple of these in your pack, and have a couple of at least knives, as opposed to, you know, you don't always have to carry, you know, a really nice knife into the field. I think as an emergency, just grab and go knife, it might be okay. But this is just 100% first impressions. This is that Walmart Benchmade killer knife that you guys keep telling me about. So let's turn this around. We'll do some final thoughts and send you out about your day. So after having filmed that, I did do some testing. And guys, I do have to tell you, I could not get rid of the blade play. And it definitely has some hinky feel in hand. There's a lot going on with this. And I looked at the bearings, very, very cheap. So we still are going to do a full test on this. You guys requested this. This is a knife that you guys kept telling me I needed to do. And so I do take advice from you guys. And the fact is, it only cost me $10. I may be surprised by the end of this. I may be surprised. I don't think so. But then again, even if it was a real Benchmade, I don't think I'd like it anyway. And real Benchmades have blade play, so who knows? Guys, that's it on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This is not the typical kind of content I usually do. I just thought it would be fun. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. You don't like it, give it a thumbs down, but tell me why. I can't change the content if you don't tell me what you don't like. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon, set it to all. If you want to support the channel, tons of affiliate links down below. They all support the channel. I get a portion of what you spend at checkout, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. I have an Amazon store. Take that, pin it to your browser, use it for all your Amazon shopping. And two of the links down there, Coffee Brand Coffee and Tempered Trail, have discounts built into them. You just save money just by clicking them. You don't even have to use the coupon code. Speaking of coupon code, I have a 10% off coupon code. It's crazysharp, all one word, crazysharp. You could use that at Fair & Forged Knife Works, Rosecraft Blades, KATSU Knives, Otter Arms, that's O-T-T-E-R, like Sea Otter, Otter Arms for the gun stands, and Otter EDC for those haptic fidget toys. It's crazysharp, all one word, saves you 10% at all of those vendors. If you want to support the channel different ways, I have a membership down below. You can do that. You can drop super chats and super likes on videos, but just drop likes. That's the best thing you do. You can also join my public Discord down below. It says join the community. It's a gilded server, but you can get a hold of me if you've got knives you want to get on the channel. You can send me a DM. We can figure out how you're going to get it to me. Or if you have questions about something you saw on the channel. Guys, that's it on this one. I love y'all. Keep it clean in the comments section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. And I'll see you in the next video.